Do these 5 things so that the person who has left you will regret it day and night. Whether it's someone who has already left you or someone who is considering leaving and is giving you threats. First and foremost, I suggest that you make an effort to ensure that no one leaves you. You need to learn how to hold on to the other person. It's crucial to understand how to do this so that the person can't leave you. I've jotted down 5 points for you, and I'd like to discuss them one by one. These are the things you should do to make the person regret their decision and eventually want to come back to you. The first point is to always remember not to confront sincere people about their behavior or problems directly. When you confront them face to face, saying things like, "You ignored me, you didn't answer my calls or messages," it puts you in a weaker position and the other person in a stronger one. This kind of confrontation creates an imbalance. Sincere people often want to confront because they genuinely want to address issues and find solutions, but the other person might not respond well. In the case of a narcissist or a toxic relationship, it's important to understand that confrontation might make things worse. You don't need to confront someone when you're dealing with a toxic relationship, especially if you've invested a lot of love, time, and effort. If things have gone wrong and the relationship is toxic, remember that toxic individuals don't accept confrontation. They feel bad, and they often run away. If you confront them, they might perceive you as weak and take advantage of you. It's crucial to realize that when someone knows you're emotionally vulnerable, they can exploit that. The same goes for physical and financial vulnerabilities. When you confront someone, accusing them of wrongdoing, it's not productive, especially from an empathetic perspective. This approach is often characteristic of an abuser mindset versus a victim or empath mindset. So instead of saying, "You did this to me, and I didn't do this to you," refrain from this kind of confrontation, as it usually doesn't lead to the other person regretting their actions. It may push them further away. The second important thing is to make yourself valuable. It's crucial to understand that sincere people often have tears in their eyes and pain in their hearts. Sincere individuals are the ones who truly feel, while insincere ones might shed crocodile tears. You need to differentiate between internal and external relations in a relationship. Often we invest in making the other person strong, valuable, and provide them with financial and emotional support. However, when they become valuable, they may distance themselves, leaving you questioning your own worth. To change this pattern, you should focus on making yourself valuable. Rather than destroying yourself by excessively elevating the other person, work on self-improvement. Sincere people tend to work so hard on making someone else valuable that they end up feeling worthless when that person becomes independent. To avoid this, you need to realize that making the other person valuable at the expense of your own value is not a sustainable approach. It's essential to make yourself valuable, as when you are valuable, the other person is more likely to regret losing you. Just as losing something precious causes pain, making yourself valuable is an investment in the relationship. You can work on improving yourself by addressing factors like body weight, appearance, and financial stability. This isn't about body shaming, but rather about self-improvement and self-worth. If your financial situation is lacking, work on it. If your weight is an issue, consider working on it. Your external appearance, like your dressing, can also play a role. The world values certain attributes, and it's important to understand what the world considers valuable. You can't change the entire world's perspective, but in the context of a relationship, you can work on yourself to become a valuable partner. This isn't about changing the world, but understanding how to make yourself valuable in the context of a relationship. The third important point is to be happy. Many people make the person they love their sole source of happiness, and this is a significant problem. They tie their happiness to that person, and if they're not happy, it makes them sad. This is a significant weakness, and it's crucial to understand that you shouldn't make yourself emotionally dependent on someone to the extent that they become your entire source of happiness. If you find yourself in this situation, it's important to keep yourself happy independently. When you're genuinely happy and not pretending, it creates an attractive aura that draws people towards you. People tend to distance themselves from individuals who are constantly sad. This is a fundamental aspect to understand. If the person you care about is moving away from you, and they realize that you are genuinely happy without them, it can make them regret their decision and draw them back to you. This is because they might have played mind games with you and wanted you to be in pain. The more miserable you are, the happier they might feel. When they see your genuine happiness, it can change the dynamic and make them regret their actions. You should aim to be happy from the depths of your heart. If you find yourself stuck in sadness, work on pulling yourself out of it. It might be challenging to be happy without the person you love, but it's essential to find a balance. To achieve the goal of making them regret, you first need to be clear about what you want. Until you have a clear understanding of your goals, you won't be able to attain them. So make your goals crystal clear and work towards achieving them. The fourth important thing is to make yourself beautiful, and this beauty encompasses both your inner and outer self. Many people don't realize the importance of working on both aspects. Making yourself beautiful from the inside and outside can play a significant role in making someone who has left you come back. Working on your external appearance is not solely about physical appearance, but also about grooming and presenting yourself in a way that enhances your. This holistic approach can be compelling in drawing someone back into your life. So work on both your internal and external beauty to become a more attractive and appealing person. The fifth important thing is to learn how to play mind games. Sincere people typically operate from the heart and are not inclined to play mind games. However, in toxic relationships, playing mind games can be a strategy to turn the situation around. In toxic relationships where you find yourself constantly crying and regretting, it's crucial to understand that playing mind games can help alter the dynamics. This involves acting as if nothing has happened and pretending. It's a technique that falls within the realm of dark psychology, and it can help break the pattern where you are constantly hurt and betrayed. When you're in a toxic relationship, your sincere heart may want to forgive and forget, but it's important to recognize that the other person may not accept or change. Playing mind games can help you regain control of the situation. It's essential to learn this skill, especially when dealing with a toxic relationship, as it can prevent you from experiencing constant pain and distress. Until you understand the psychological dynamics at play, it can be challenging to gain the upper hand. Take care of yourself and focus on understanding these aspects to improve your psychological well-being.